Basic Combat Training, BCT, is the first critical step in transforming a civilian into a soldier in the U.S. Army. It's an intense, immersive experience designed to instill discipline, teach fundamental combat skills, and prepare new recruits both mentally and physically for the demands of military life. BCT focuses on developing confidence, competence, and resilience, building recruits up from a civilian mindset to that of a fully trained soldier. Typically lasting 10 weeks, BCT is divided into 3 distinct phases: red, white, and blue. These phases systematically guide recruits through various levels of training, from basic military knowledge to advanced combat techniques. Recruits undergo this training at specialized Army installations across the United States, such as Fort Jackson, Fort Leonard Wood, and Fort Benning. Each phase is carefully structured to ensure that recruits gain the physical skills necessary to serve, as well as the mental toughness required to handle stress, follow orders, and operate as part of a team. As they progress, recruits become proficient in areas like weaponry, physical fitness, teamwork, and leadership, while learning to embrace the core values of the U.S. Army. The first 3 weeks of BCT are known as the red phase and are the most physically and mentally demanding. This phase is all about breaking recruits down and reshaping them for the structure and discipline required in military life. Drill sergeants push recruits to their limits, testing their ability to cope with stress, follow orders, and function as a cohesive unit. During these initial weeks, recruits are introduced to basic military customs and courtesies, including the Army's hierarchy and protocols like saluting and addressing superior officers. Each day begins with rigorous physical training, including running, push-ups, sit-ups, and obstacle courses, all designed to push recruits to meet high fitness standards. Drill and ceremony sessions teach recruits the importance of discipline and teamwork through marching, saluting, and following precise commands. Additionally, first aid and CPR training are introduced, providing essential life-saving skills that will be vital in future operations. A crucial part of this phase is the introduction to weapons, specifically the M4 rifle. Recruits learn how to assemble, disassemble, and maintain their weapons, an essential skill for all soldiers. The red phase is designed to test recruits' physical endurance and mental toughness, preparing them for the demands of military life and combat situations. The white phase, or rifleman phase, spans the next 3 weeks. This period focuses heavily on combat skills, with an emphasis on mastering the use of firearms. Recruits spend significant time practicing rifle marksmanship, learning to aim, shoot at various distances, and perfect their breathing techniques to improve accuracy. Precision and accuracy are fundamental in the Army, and this phase ensures that every recruit becomes proficient in handling their weapon. Field exercises become more prominent during this phase. Recruits engage in simulated combat scenarios where they practice moving tactically across different terrains while carrying their gear. This involves learning to shoot while on the move, taking cover, and maintaining effective communication with their squad. Alongside combat drills, recruits refine their combat life-saving skills, learning how to treat injuries and perform triage in the chaos of the battlefield. The confidence course, another major part of the white phase, tests recruits' strength, agility, and problem-solving abilities under pressure. This phase is all about building confidence in their own skills, as well as trust in their team members. By the end of this phase, recruits have a strong foundation in both physical fitness and combat readiness. The final phase, known as the blue phase, lasts about 4 weeks and brings together all the skills learned in earlier phases. It's designed to prepare recruits for real combat scenarios while focusing on leadership, teamwork, and full combat readiness. During this phase, recruits undergo advanced tactical training, participating in extended field exercises that simulate real combat situations. These exercises include night operations, land navigation, and responding to enemy attacks, further refining their ability to operate under pressure. One of the most significant milestones in the Blue Phase is the Army Combat Fitness Test, which measures strength, endurance, and agility. Recruits are tested through challenging exercises such as deadlifts, hand-release push-ups, and the sprint drag carry event, all designed to push them to their physical limits. Leadership development is another key aspect of this phase. Recruits are assigned leadership roles within small teams, where they must make decisions, give commands, and handle high-pressure situations, preparing them to take on greater responsibilities in their future military careers. The culmination of the Blue Phase is the Forge, a grueling multi-day field exercise that tests everything recruits have learned throughout BCT. This challenge includes long marches, tactical drills, and endurance events. Successfully completing the Forge signifies the transition from recruit to soldier and marks the end of their basic combat training journey. Weapon disassembly and cleaning is a critical skill that every recruit must master early in their training. The ability to maintain and care for a weapon is fundamental in the Army, as it directly impacts a soldier's reliability in the field. A malfunctioning weapon can be the difference between life and death in combat, which is why the Army emphasizes the importance of meticulous weapon maintenance from the very beginning of BCT. The primary weapon that recruits learn to disassemble and clean is the M4 carbine, a lightweight, gas-operated, air-cooled, magazine-fed, selective fire rifle. It's the standard issue for most U.S. Army soldiers and plays a vital role in modern military operations. The first step in the process is ensuring that the weapon is safe by removing the magazine and inspecting the chamber to make sure it's empty. Safety is paramount during every aspect of weapon handling. Once the weapon is cleared, recruits are taught how to disassemble it. This process involves breaking the rifle down into its major components, such as the upper and lower receivers, the bolt carrier group, charging handle, and other smaller parts. Each piece must be handled carefully and placed in a way that ensures nothing is lost or damaged. Instructors guide recruits step by step through this process, explaining the function of each part and why proper cleaning is necessary to maintain the weapon's operational integrity. Cleaning the weapon is the next step, and it's where attention to detail is most crucial. Even small amounts of dirt, carbon residue, or moisture can cause malfunctions in a weapon, especially in harsh environments like deserts, jungles, or cold climates. Recruits use specialized brushes, cloths, and cleaning solvents to scrub every part of the weapon. The barrel is carefully cleaned to remove any buildup that could affect the accuracy or functionality of the rifle. The bolt carrier group, which is responsible for cycling rounds, receives extra attention as it's a key component that needs to operate smoothly to prevent jams or misfires. Recruits also learn how to inspect each component for wear and tear. They're taught to identify signs of potential problems, like cracked parts or excessive wear, which could compromise the weapon's performance. This inspection phase reinforces the idea that soldiers must always be proactive about their equipment, ensuring that it's in top condition before heading into the field. After the cleaning and inspection are complete, recruits reassemble their M4 rifles. This process must be done quickly and accurately, as soldiers need to be able to rely on their weapons at a moment's notice. During BCT, recruits practice this routine repeatedly until they can disassemble, clean, and reassemble their rifles in a matter of minutes. Drill sergeants often introduce time constraints to simulate the pressure of combat, teaching recruits how to maintain composure and precision even when time is limited. Weapon disassembly and cleaning isn't just about maintaining the rifle's function. It's also about instilling discipline and attention to detail. Soldiers are taught that their weapon is their lifeline in combat, and that taking care of it is a reflection of their professionalism and readiness. This routine becomes second nature as recruits progress through BCT, ensuring that every soldier leaves training with the skills needed to maintain their weapon in any environment. Beyond just cleaning and assembling the M4 rifle, recruits are also introduced to basic troubleshooting and problem-solving techniques. For example, they learn how to clear common issues like double feeds or stovepipes, ensuring that they can handle unexpected problems in the heat of battle. These skills ensure that soldiers don't just rely on maintenance crews to fix issues. They can take immediate action if their weapon fails during a mission. Overall, weapon disassembly and cleaning is much more than a technical task. It is a foundational lesson in the soldier's responsibility to themselves, their team, and the mission. By understanding how their weapon operates and how to care for it, recruits are not only safeguarding their own lives, but also ensuring they are always combat ready, able to respond swiftly and effectively in any situation. This lesson in maintaining one of the soldier's most vital tools remains a lifelong practice throughout their military career, ingrained in their daily routines and essential to their overall effectiveness as a member of the U.S. Army. One of the essential logistical skills taught during BCT is the efficient loading and unloading of military trucks. Although it might seem like a simple task, this process requires careful organization, teamwork, and time management. In real combat situations, the ability to load vehicles quickly and securely with critical supplies and equipment can make the difference between mission success and failure. Recruits learn how to organize supplies efficiently, ensuring that essential items are easily accessible and that the weight is evenly distributed to prevent shifting during transport. The process requires effective communication among team members, as each person must understand their role in the operation to minimize confusion and delays. Additionally, time management is crucial, as recruits practice loading trucks under strict time constraints to simulate the urgency they might face in real battlefield scenarios. Mastering this skill is an important part of logistical operations in the Army, ensuring that missions can proceed smoothly without unnecessary delays or mistakes. The military uniform is much more than a simple outfit. It represents discipline, unity, and service. From the very beginning of BCT, recruits are taught the importance of wearing and maintaining their uniforms according to strict Army standards. Each recruit must adhere to these standards, as proper appearance is a key element of military professionalism. The Army Combat Uniform, the standard uniform worn by soldiers, is designed for durability and functionality. It features a camouflage pattern tailored to different environments, allowing soldiers to blend into their surroundings. Recruits are taught how to care for their uniforms, learning how to clean, press, and store them correctly to maintain their appearance and functionality. Proper wear of the uniform extends beyond simply putting it on. Recruits must ensure that every part of the uniform is correctly positioned, from insignias to boots, and that everything fits appropriately. This attention to detail fosters a sense of pride in the uniform and the Army, reinforcing the values of discipline and professionalism that are at the core of military life. At the heart of basic combat training are the recruits themselves. Each individual arrives at BCT with different backgrounds, experiences, and motivations, but they all share the common goal of becoming soldiers in the U.S. Army. Throughout the BCT process, these recruits undergo a profound transformation, both physically and mentally. One of the key aspects of this transformation is the development of mental toughness. BCT is designed to push recruits beyond their physical and mental limits, helping them to develop the resilience necessary to handle the stress, exhaustion, and adversity they will face throughout their military careers. In addition to mental toughness, recruits experience significant physical development through daily physical training. Over the course of BCT, they build strength, endurance, and cardiovascular fitness, ensuring that they are in peak condition to serve in the Army. Teamwork and camaraderie are central to military life, and BCT places a heavy emphasis on these values. Although recruits come from diverse backgrounds, they must learn to work as a cohesive unit, trusting and supporting each other throughout the challenges of training. This camaraderie forms the foundation of Army life, where soldiers rely on one another to complete missions and achieve success. By the end of basic combat training, these recruits are no longer civilians. They have earned the title of U.S. Army soldiers and are ready to continue their journey in the military, prepared to take on whatever challenges come next.